say that every time I come on this video thus far. Fell asleep around 9:30 last night after a busy day at work with different activities, a bowling, murder mystery game. Yes, that's not something we normally get to do. It was once, I don't know, done it once in 8 years that I've been there. But it was nice. I was thinking as I woke up this morning, reading my news, or like Apple News, and reading some article, and I was strategizing in my mind, how would I be if I was this person in this article that I was reading about, or the situation that I was reading about? How would I act? And then my mind goes into acting out as if I was an actor playing a role, pretending I'm being interviewed by the media and being asked questions, and how would I respond, and how would I act with regards to creating a solution. Like my mind visually goes into this movie reel or TV reel, and I see myself doing all these things and putting myself in that photo maybe that I saw on the article. And this isn't a rare thing. This happens all the time. Anytime I need to prepare myself for something out of the ordinary, I put myself and I act out how things might go. I had a thought came back to me from when I was a young person, and remembering I loved watching the award shows for, the Oscars or the Golden Globes, and I would get dressed up and whatever that looked like, nothing too outlandish, but I would put on a dress, and then I would be in the mirror and I'd grab some sort of ornament of something and pretend it was a microphone and act out my acceptance speech. Now, is that strange? No. I'm sure lots of kids do that. Maybe adults too. So there's nothing too unique about that. But I'm giving an illustration of an example of that's what it's like to live in my brain all the time, though. You're going to an event, to party, or someone's house, especially when you don't have a close relationship with them. Now, if I'm going to my parents' house, or someone I'm really close to, I'm not going to act out that night in my mind. I'm not, because I don't need to. It's a safe place. I just be who I am. But in other scenarios, I have to play out everything. Now that just prepares me to be able to put myself into a social situation. Then after the social situation, my brain can't stop talking because I'm literally replaying everything that happened that night and remembering everything I said. Like I did this morning. If I had a camera on me as I'm sitting up in my bed drinking my coffee, even though I might be reading an article, my brain is also on this tab thinking about my activities from this social event. And you might see me reenacting what occurred in that event and replaying everything. And I might be reading an article. I don't know if sometimes I'm reading the article. I think I might be thinking I'm reading the article. But then I realized, okay, my eyes scanned all these words, but I have no idea what I read, right? Anyways, I feel like I'm still replaying a social gathering, and I'm like, oh, am I still doing, this was a 2-day event, not a 4-hour event. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the exhaustion part and why I need to go into hermit mode. And when I've not had enough decompressing or checking out or whatever it might be, you know, the overwhelm can start showing up in other places, and reactions over small things, you know, exasperation over having to do some sort of chore, maybe, you know, laundry or dishes or cooking dinner, making a decision on going to the grocery store becomes exasperating because I gave all this energy to this 4-hour event that turned into, you know, a 2-3 day event in my mind. And I have to play out all of that. And if I didn't like the way something occurred, my mind replays how I could have done it differently, and then I can let it go and I won't think about it anymore. So once I've been able to let that go, then I can focus on other things. I have the energy, and I won't maybe feel so overwhelmed about doing some sort of chore. I don't get necessarily that much satisfaction from chores. I wish I did. I wish I was the type of person that, like, oh, doing my laundry. I will say that's what cooking became for me. But the last few years, after my episode, cooking became more exasperating for me, too overwhelming. To be able to use it as that calming mechanism, something that I could use to distract me from my overactive brain. Yeah. So those are my thoughts that came up for me this morning. Thought I would document that. Hopefully it's interesting, or not interesting. Hopefully there's some value to someone out there. Hey, if you have that experience, you're not alone. Please share your stories. Thank you. Have a good day, and I appreciate you.